Trades right here on ET now, and in a very bold move, the government notified a 12% safeguard duty on certain steel products for about 200 days. And who better than Mr. Sandeep Poundrik, the Steel Secretary, joining in on the show right now to talk about exactly that. Mr. Poundrik, thank you so much for your time, sir, and joining us at such a short notice. And I must laud you first. What a strong move to try and tackle prices and Chinese dumping. Sir, I'll have to request you to unmute yourself. We can't hear you at all.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are, very clearly.
Okay, sorry for that. Yeah, so thank you for inviting me. And yes, Government of India has taken a decision to, as you all know, that yesterday Ministry of Finance has issued a notification for imposition of safeguard duty on certain products with some thresholds. That is basically to prevent dumping from certain countries and to protect, or to rather give reasonable prices to the domestic steel industry.
Mr. Poundrik, I mean, while this does remove months of overhang and puts that behind us, do you think 12% is really sufficient right now? What is it that you're hearing from industry as a feedback?
So, see, basically, as you know, that this is a WTO compliant quasi-judicial process through which safeguard duty is imposed. And when the industry filed an application with Director General of Trade Remedies, DGTR, he has given his preliminary findings that a 12% safeguard duty will be sufficient to offset the dumping being done or to prevent the injury to the domestic industry. Now, DGTR will conduct further investigation and he will give his final findings. Normally, it takes about 8 months for DGTR from the initiation of the investigation to give his final findings. So since the initiation, I think, was somewhere around January, we can expect the final findings somewhere around August of 25. And then in the meanwhile, DGTR will hear all stakeholders, industry and other stakeholders. So based on the final recommendations or final findings of DGTR, the government will take further decision either to modify, continue the duty. So that will be based on DGTR recommendations after the final findings are taken out by them.
Quite interesting. So I'm guessing that, like you said, there is a possibility that this 12% gets upped as well, right?
So I'm saying that DGTR will have a final, he will investigate further, come to a conclusion and give his recommendation. Based on that, government will take a decision either to modify or to continue. Because as you know, as per the notification, this duty can only go up to 200 days. So before that, DGTR will have to give his final findings so that government can take a further decision on the safeguard duties.
Sure. Other than duties, Mr. Poundrik, are there any other measures which are under consideration to try and support the domestic steel mills from the influx of cheap steel into the country?
So basically, see, there are, as you know, there are various tariff barriers. One of that is what we just discussed, the safeguard duty. The other is anti-dumping duty. As you know, there are already some anti-dumping duties in place, especially for stainless steel products, also for this electro-galvanized steel. So certain products, there are anti-dumping duty from certain countries like China, Vietnam, they are already in place. 2 investigations are being done by DGTR. One is I think from China for cold CRNO, what we call CRNO, cold rolled non-oriented steel, and the other is for hot rolled steel from Vietnam. So for both these investigations, DGTR has completed his hearing and he will give his recommendations to the government. I expect pretty soon. Then government will take a decision. So there are some measures already in place. Then there are some investigations and already under place. As you know that the industry has to approach DGTR when they apprehend certain kind of injury or dumping, and then there is a process. Apart from that, we are also ensuring that only quality steel comes into the country. Because what happens is that sometimes when the domestic industry is producing quality steel, there is always an apprehension that low quality steel may be imported at lower cost, which will eventually harm the domestic industry. So we are trying to bring all grades of steel which are used on a large scale into BIS standards in collaboration with BIS. And we are issuing quality control orders. So this is not a barrier, but this is a measure to ensure that non-quality steel or substandard steel doesn't come into the country. And that's already under process. A lot of grades have been brought into the quality standards and QCOs. So that's another way of ensuring that substandard steel doesn't come. We are also getting some complaints. We have got some complaints that under the QCO, under the BIS license, there are complaints that some imports are being taking place which are not as per the BIS standards. So, for example, there are complaints that one license to be imported into India, or rather to export to India from other countries, is being used by multiple facilities to export to India. So such complaints are being taken very seriously. We are investigating whether such things are happening. And if such things are found to be happening, then very serious action will be taken against the particular licensee if he is violating the terms and conditions of the license. So these are various measures to ensure that quality is ensured and domestic steel industry gets reasonable prices, because as I have said earlier, it is important for domestic steel industry to grow because our consumption is growing so fast. We are the only country in the world, in the major economies, where consumption is growing at double digits. So if we have to match our production capacity with consumption, then we will have to expand our domestic steel capacity, and for that it is important that we give all kind of support to the industry.
Interesting that you did talk about what's happening in the last few days. But sir, if need be, is the government open to increasing the period beyond 200 days or even increasing the safeguard duty? That, of course, you told me about. But what about extension of this 200-day timeline?
I think I made it clear that this provisional duty can only be up to 200 days. But I definitely think that before that, we will get the final findings of the DGTR. And then government will take a decision on extending or modifying. So one is on the rate of the safeguard duty, and second is the period of the safeguard duty. Both will depend on the final findings of the DGTR, which will come, I think they will come before this 200-day period. So somewhere around August, I would expect a further decision, August, September. I would expect a further decision on continuing and rate of safeguard duty.
Also a risk that Chinese prices can still fall below domestic prices even after safeguard duty. And if that were to happen, then what's the government going to do next?
I think this will come into the DGTR investigation. As you know that because of the international conditions, trade conditions, there is an apprehension in the domestic steel industry that further dumping may take place. So DGTR will take that into consideration. If the present provisional safeguard duty is not adequate, then he will recommend a different rate of safeguard duty so that is entirely up to the investigation and the findings, what he finds during the investigation. But presently, I think it will support the domestic market, domestic producers, and I expect that the steel industry should feel that government is supporting it for the motto of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Thank you so much, Mr. Poundrik, for your time. And we will speak with you once the DGTR has their final findings as well. But thank you so much for joining us at such a short notice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, so that was the Steel Secretary talking about the big move coming in, the safeguard duty of about 12%.